Hello and welcome to this demonstration of the Expert-24 Health and Wellbeing suite of content. I'm Dr. Marcy Teal, and today we'll be demonstrating our Global Health Assessment with its links to our Goal Tracker tool. The Global Health Assessment is a full health risk and well-being assessment that covers all of the individual areas shown below the Global Health Assessment, including diet, fitness, habits, stroke, diabetes, etc. Thanks to the ease of modifying and translating the assessments using our Expert Builder toolkit, we can create adaptations and customizations of the base content for our clients, and have done this for many large companies around the world. First, let's answer some questions in an assessment so that you can get a feel for the way the question and answer process works. And then I'll take you to a completed assessment to see what the user gets for their effort. So let's start by updating this health assessment. This one has been done in the past, but they want to update it for this year. So in general, compared to other people your age, would you say your health is very good? Has a doctor or qualified health professional ever diagnosed you with? And then there is a long list of things that people can look through. And you might look through this and say, yeah, yes, I've been diagnosed with depression in the past, but nothing else on this list. Do you normally have any condition, or are you on any medication that makes it difficult to fight infections normally? The little information icons here, if I'm not quite sure what that means, I can look at that and it will tell me exactly what it means so that I can answer the question correctly. And I'll say no. And do I regularly take aspirin or non-steroidal anti-inflammatories? No. Any steroid medications? No. Have I had any of the following operations or procedures? No, haven't. And you can see that some of these questions have images on the side. Those can be added to any question type at any point to give a little interest to the assessment. And I'm going to actually stop here. The assessment continues on asking these types of questions to gather all the information that it needs. Next, what I'm going to do is just go to a previously completed assessment so that you can see the report at the end. So to do that, I'm going to actually go up into the History tab, and I'm going to find an assessment that's been done. Now, the one that we were just doing is currently under incomplete assessments. Anytime you stop an assessment, it's stored and you can restart it again later. And you'll be prompted to restart it if you try and start, say, your global assessment again. But right now I'm going to go down and I'm going to open an old full health risk and well-being assessment that was done. Now what you see on the screen here is the results of all the questions that we would have been asked had we gone through that entire assessment. And what it's done is to calculate our health age. So this was a 44-year-old woman, and her health age is 48. So she is less healthy than an average person in the population of her age and gender. On the left-hand side, you see the recommendations. This person needs to stop smoking, lower their blood pressure, need to lose some weight, etc. On the right-hand side, you see her health risks. The total risk, for instance, in this case, is about 30% for heart disease. And of that, she's got quite a significant amount, the amount in the orange, that actually is reducible. And this is an interactive page, so people can actually click on Stop Smoking, and they'll see what kind of effect that has. And as you can see by that tick, it lowered stroke, it lowered diabetes, it lowered heart disease, and it also lowered her lung cancer rate to almost 0. Again, if she lowers her blood pressure, she'll see a change, and in this case it's a change in stroke and a change in heart disease in particular. And if she would actually lose weight, she'll see a significant change in her diabetes and some change in her death as well. So in this particular case, if she was to change all of the things that are recommended for her, she could get rid of all of the orange bars, which is the risk due to lifestyle. These also populate the lifestyle sliders. These are a little softer, but they give an indication of where generally this person sits in terms of their diet, their stress levels, their habits, fitness, prevention needs, screening needs, and then a general overall well-being score. So here and down below that, you see the things that are now due, screening and prevention that is now due for this person. So they're due for heart disease, a heart risk assessment, a diabetes screening, and cholesterol testing. And then a summary of their numbers at the bottom, and an explanation underneath that. For instance, if she was to click on BMI, you'll see some very specific information for her. So we work out her body mass and calculate that that she actually needs to lose 29 pounds to get to a BMI of 25, which is the upper limit of normal. So we can do a lot with those tailored messages. That's the summary report. The full report actually goes into more detail about each of the items on there. So for instance, some more detail about how health age is calculated and what it means. Down here we have heart disease and all of the things she can do to lower her risk of heart disease, and of course the things she cannot change to risk. If you come down to the diet and stress and habits and fitness part, we do exactly the same thing. We tell them what they're doing well, how they can improve, and also then at the bottom give them links to the library so that they can open up additional information that may be pertinent to them. So if, for instance, they click on stress, they'll go to the library and open up the stress article, and more detailed information on their numbers at the bottom. They can print all of this report out, and that is done up here at the print button, and it will expand out the report so that each section, so that they can see each section. They can also look to compare their report to the last report that they did, or to other previous reports even before that. They can drop down and choose previous reports. This one only has one previous report on it. They can see the pink tells them they're doing worse in that category than they were before. The green tells them that they're doing better. And then they can go in and look very specifically at the particular comparisons. But you can see how the system works so that they can compare from one report to another. Once they get to their summary report here, they have a number of things that actually they need to work on. And that's where the goal tracker comes in. I'm not going to go into the details of how the goal tracker works today. I'll just say that it's designed to interact with you easily through email updates. And as you can see from this completed goal report, it provides detailed feedback upon completion of a goal session. Thanks for joining me today for this overview of the Expert-24 Health Risk Assessment.